Consider for a moment the gentle flow of time as it weaves itself softly around you, as though you were floating in a dark lake of hours, unhurried and serene, with every second unspooling into the next like silk. Somewhere in that stillness, the universe reveals a remarkable truth, one that bends the edges of reality itself, a truth discovered by Einstein, who found that time is not a fixed drumbeat, but something that flexes and stretches, winding and unwinding as the cosmos breathes. Settle in comfortably and let us together slip into the softly glowing spaces where time itself is luminous, curved, and infinitely mysterious. Beneath the familiar ticking of clocks and the subtle passing of days, a quieter rhythm persists, a tempo set not by human invention, but by the very fabric of existence. For countless generations, time was believed to be unchanging, absolute, and universal, flowing the same for every person, every place, and every distant star. And yet, at the dawn of the 20th century, light began to fall slowly and gently on another possibility. Guided by the quiet, patient insight of Albert Einstein, the world learned that the texture of time was far richer, far more intricate than anyone had suspected. In the space between stars and the depths inside atoms, time slides, distorts, and even loops in ways that seem at first impossible, yet are woven into the silent background of all we know. Tonight, drawn gently across these expanses, we will surrender to curiosity, exploring the elegant enfoldings of relativity, and discover how your very heartbeat, your every moment, participates in a cosmic tangle that stretches from the smallest particle to the edge of the universe. Settle yourself deep into quiet comfort, as though you are resting within a hollow carved from midnight itself, and imagine the familiar world dissolving into stillness, save for the unbroken flow of time's patient current. For generations, it was thought that time and space marched hand in hand, lockstep, unyielding in their certainty, a single, absolute backdrop for every unfolding event. This was the vision of the universe passed down from Isaac Newton's era, where the ticking of a clock on Earth would echo with perfect regularity across the farthest reaches of the stars. Such a framework possessed a certain serenity, suggesting a cosmos as unchanging as ancient stone. And yet, as scientists gazed deeper into reality's canvas, faint ripples began to reveal themselves, hints that time was not as steadfast as once believed. In the dawnlight of the 20th century, Albert Einstein, then a young, thoughtful mind adrift in the gentle silence of Swiss evenings, let go of certainty and drifted into imagination. He envisioned the light from distant lamps and remembered tales of storms at sea, contemplating a universe in which nothing could travel faster than the gentle rays of light itself. Here emerged Einstein's special relativity, an idea spun from starlight and patient thought, in which the old straight lines between space and time softened and entwined. The theory suggested that as one moves closer to the speed of light, time itself grows heavy and slow, turning moments into molten honey and stretching seconds into silken strands drawn long and exquisite. Somewhere within the cloaks of this new universe, space and time revealed themselves as twin facets of a single underlying fabric, a cosmic cloth, gentle yet unyielding, into which all matter and energy is forever woven. Scientists have named this union Spacetime, a four-dimensional expanse where an event's place is described by its position not only in space, but in time as well. just as shadows stretch and contract depending on the angle of the sun. So too do time intervals and distances shift depending on how one moves or how we are drawn together by gravity. Here, nothing stands separate. Every choice, every direction, every beat of a heart is part of an endless, gentle dance across these invisible coordinates. Einstein's vision unfurled quietly at first, whispering that as one journeys faster, ever closer to the speed light claims as its own, the familiar experience of time changes its shape. Scientists call this time dilation, a phenomenon both precise and deeply strange, woven into the equations that now govern our understanding of the cosmos. For an astronaut sailing silently near the speed of light's delicate threshold, minutes pass like mist on their watch, while years might pour by for those anchored on Earth below. From their vantage, the universe hurries onwards in a blur, indifferent, while within their cabin, time trickles as gently as morning dew falling onto cold stone. Consider in the half-light the muon, a particle birthed in the upper atmosphere, racing toward Earth with astonishing speed, its lifetime measured in the blink of an eye. Scientists have observed that, through the lens of relativity, a muon's hurried journey is stretched, its brief existence allowed to linger, for from our perspective, time has slowed for it as it dashes among clouds. This early, gentle confirmation of Einstein's vision unfolds in the subtlest interactions, threading through cosmic rays and particle accelerators, affirming that the tale of time's flexibility is told not only by stars, but also by particles older than memory itself. Einstein's discoveries did not rest solely with speed, for he soon turned his quiet gaze toward gravity, the ancient force that draws stone to Earth, keeps the planets wheeling, and sculpts the curves of galaxies. In an act of patient speculation, he proposed that what we experience as gravity arises from the bending and flexing of space-time itself, as heavy objects like planets and stars press gently into the fabric, creating the smooth hollows and valleys that guide motion. Light, too, drifts along these unseen slopes, much as rain traces the gentle declivities of a mountainside after midnight. And nestled within this revelation, Einstein discovered that time itself flows differently in such gravitational wells. Sink deeper still, and imagine a clock perched high above the Earth, resting in the silent clarity of empty space. Another clock remains settled at the ground, amidst the gentle weight of mountains and oceans. Here, general relativity teaches that the clock at altitude, outside gravity's embrace, ticks ever so slightly faster than the one below, where the space-time fabric is pressed and curved more tightly. This subtle divergence, imperceptible to human senses, yet measured with exquisite precision by scientists, quietly governs the operation of satellites and navigation systems, linking distant machinery to the gentle undulations of Earth's invisible gravitational tides. The very air around you carries the memory of this subtle difference. Global positioning satellites, gliding far above the planet's sheltering surface, must take into account the relative quickening of their clocks as they skim above the deepest folds of Earth's gravity. Without the careful correction for this gentle, mathematical flexing of time, the silent dance of navigation, from ocean travelers to city wanderers, would stray ever farther from bearing, lost adrift on the slowing and quickening tides of relativity's ocean. All modern journeys, at least in spirit, pay silent tribute to this delicate, underlying structure of the cosmos. Travel now within your imagination to the banks of black holes, where gravity's grip is at its most profound, drawing light itself into perpetual night. Here, the fabric of space-time is drawn downward and inward, spiraling toward a center that is as silent as it is inscrutable. Scientists believe that as one ventures close to such a gravity well, time itself slows to a near standstill, stretched and thinned by the weight of the surrounding dark. In these regions, an instant on the event horizon might mean centuries passing in the faraway quiet of interstellar space. A beautiful and eerie reminder that time is never quite the same from one vantage to another. Imagine floating above the spiral arms of a distant galaxy, where the spaces between stars are vast and hushed. Here, relativity's influence softens but never disappears, a gentle curvature shaping not only the orbits of stars, but the way that time itself percolates outward from every locus of mass. The slow, patient unfolding of a cosmic dance, galaxies spinning, stars pulsing, planets circling, is choreographed by these unseen, mathematical lines drawn across space and time. Every motion, no matter how delicate, is a poem written on the softest, darkest parchment of the universe. And yet, nestled within Einstein's equations, there is a principle even more mysterious, a cosmic speed limit that not a single thing can surpass. The speed of light, glowing faintly in the darkness, marks the horizon between what can be seen and what can be touched, what can travel together and what must drift apart. This boundary, so deeply woven into the laws of relativity, means that signals, particles, and even ordinary matter are forever tethered within the universe's silken boundaries. It is a limitation, and yet, within it, the fabric of causality, memory, and experience remains gently, reliably intact. To contemplate the speed of light is to stand in awe at a silent, impassable wall, a threshold that preserves the order of events, and with it, the shape of reality itself. Were it possible for anything to move faster than this serene pulse, the harmonies of cause and effect would dissolve, spilling forwards and backwards in a formless cascade. And so, light journeys on, patiently weaving through gravitational folds, guiding all that follows in its softened wake, keeping the passage of time gentle and true, even as it bends in the presence of mass and motion. Sink now into the subtlest domains, where the structure of time itself is re-examined in the dim glow of theory and experiment. Einstein's insights gave birth to new questions: the extent and limits of relativity's reach, the texture of the quantum world, and whether the fine fabric of time continues to weave seamlessly at the smallest scales. As scientists continue to drift through these shadowed corridors, they uncover ever more delicate relationships, new whispers of connection that bind our reality together, pointing perhaps to a future where time and gravity, space and energy are understood as the echo of something deeper, softer, and yet to be revealed. Within modern physics, the elegant interplay between relativity and the quantum world creates a rich, complex tapestry, one where certainty gives way to probability, and where time can stretch and loop, ever so slightly, in regions brimming with possibility. One leading idea among scientists is that space-time may not be infinitely smooth, but rather granular at the tiniest imaginable scales, a foam of fleeting flashes and quiet disappearances. Amid these fleeting microcosms, the rules of relativity remain mostly reliable, but new forms, new harmonies may wait quietly, ready to emerge from the darkness when theory and measurement finally, gently converge. Fold back from vastness to the everyday, and the lingering touch of relativity remains, a subtle presence in atomic clocks, shimmering across the signal delays of space probes and echoing in faint corrections made by the world's navigation networks. The fact that your location, your ability to find your way home, and your connection with distant satellites depend on these gently curving laws is both humbling and astonishing. Each moment you live, every breath measured, is quietly guided by the unseeable arcs that Einstein's mind helped reveal, stretching from your bed out into eternity. Drift deeper into comfort as we reflect on how relativity dissolves any sharp boundary between the ordinary and the cosmic. With every silent second, the boundaries of the familiar world soften so that the time held here, within dreams and waking reflection, is touched by the same physics as black holes, distant galaxies, and the silent breathing of the universe. The ideas discovered by a patient, solitary thinker a century ago ripple outward, quietly shaping each moment, transforming the ordinary into something gently extraordinary. Gentle as the tide, the implications of relativity flow outward through the sciences and into the very heart of human understanding. Astronomers, guided by its gentle mathematics, read the age of stars and the story of the expanding universe. Engineers in shadowed labs measure particles and energies with the certainty that relativity's symmetry brings. Even artists and writers, inspired by the possibilities of curved time, imagine worlds where moments linger or spiral, where time is not simply a line, but a woven tapestry, infinite and kind. Somewhere in the velvet darkness, the idea that time can bend and stretch invites us to see change itself as a gentle process, one never rushed, never abrupt. Relativity's patient rhythms comfort us, allowing the changes of life and nature to unfold as they must, each at their own pace. Like a river that carves stone over ages, or the slow lamplight drifting across a bedroom floor, time's passage under relativity becomes a source of solace, an assurance that even in the presence of great forces, there is continuity and peace. As you listen, the slow revolution of the earth carries you softly through the enfolding dark, moving under the same cosmic laws that bend the orbits of stars and stretch the fabric of time itself. Each breath, each heartbeat, each memory carried into the night is cradled by this universe-wide structure, and nothing lies outside it. The relativity imagined by Einstein is not only for scientists gazing at faraway galaxies, it is present wherever change occurs, wherever time moves differently for any two travelers, anywhere in space. Scientists believe that even the distant future, when galaxies have wheeled far from one another and all starlight gently dims, will draw its slow conclusion guided by the very same laws we have explored tonight. The asymptote of entropy and the graceful drift of energy will all unfurl according to relativity's subtle rules. The future, in all its mystery and quiet unfolding, participates in this gentle curvature, and in its embrace, you too are drawn forward, softly through uncounted eras, on the patient tide of time's unending sea. In the silence that pools at the end of each day, relativity invites us to let go of the urge for an absolute anchor. Instead, it offers a vision of the universe suffused with connection, everything linked by an invisible lattice of curved space and softened time. Your experiences are valid, your own private time as real as any other, and yet always in relationship, always part of this vast and serene continuum. There is consolation to be found here, among these undulating laws, for they assure us that no one stands outside the cosmic story. As the world slows, let the rhythms of relativity become part of your own night journey. Imagine your thoughts drifting outward, following gentle curves into memory and imagination, carried by the tendencies of space-time itself. There is a quiet comfort in knowing that every dream, every wandering reverie is both unique and connected, spun across the same cosmic loom that knits galaxies, constellations, and the soft night air together. Embrace this gentle continuity, and let your own awareness wander softly on its path. Somewhere in that darkness beyond words, time and space draw near, folding softly upon themselves, so that journeys taken in imagination or memory are no less true than those tracked by clocks and satellites. Relativity's subtle wisdom assures us that experience is always colored by perspective, that the most silent moments may, from another point of view, glow with movement, energy, and new beginnings. Rest now in that knowledge, knowing your nights and days share in the grandeur of a universe where time dances infinitely, always bending toward understanding. Return now to the simplest, most terrestrial scene, the hush of a gentle bedroom, the softened dimness at the edge of sleep. Perhaps, as you listen, you recognize that you, too, are a participant in relativity's endless waltz, your life woven as much by stretches and curvatures as by quiet dreams. Every shift in gravity and every breath taken at different altitudes, every journey by train or plane, every whispered wish for more time, all shade gently into the reality Einstein first imagined, and which now shapes your rest this very night. Memory, too, is colored by time's pliancy. Childhood may feel as though it stretched outward like a sunbeam, while recent days skate hurried across perception. The gentle undulations of your own experience echo in miniature the vast curvatures that Einstein described. Relativity, then, is not only a distant theory, but a comforting metaphor, an explanation for why the flow of life feels sometimes thick and slow, and other times quick and shimmering, like reflections on a moving stream at dusk. Drift now beneath these realizations, as if enveloped in a cocoon of softly shifting time. The sudden changes and subtle differences in experience among people, places, and moments are not failures or errors. They are the silent music of the cosmos, each variation a testament to relativity's embrace. The gentle motion of the planets, the quiet changes in the tide, and the hush that settles over a sleeping city, all are cradled, synchronized, and harmonized by this ceaseless cosmic lullaby. In this liminal hour, where night deepens and silence gathers, you can rest warmly in the knowledge that your very being is, in some sense, a local fluctuation in the universe's field, a precious, irreplaceable combination of matter, thought, and uniquely curved passage through time. Each dream you conjure is as real to you, in your own patch of curved space-time, as the orbits of distant planets swirling out beyond the Milky Way. Relativity teaches a gentle unity. All are travelers through this same ever-changeful sea. Allow yourself, as the journey through time's mysteries slows, to imagine the future of curiosity and discovery. Somewhere, as minds turn over in the quiet promise of tomorrow, new insights may dawn, perhaps clarifying even these tender riddles of space-time. And yet, for now, all you need is to rest and let the certainty of relativity cradle you, wrapping your thoughts in the same structure that underlies every planet, every star, and every softly breathing night. The discoveries of Einstein do not force us to abandon the comfort of the familiar. Rather, they broaden its horizon, softly inviting us to trust the world's unfolding, the endless flexibility of time, and the gravitational embrace of the universe. These laws are not cold impositions, but gentle reassurances that no matter the changes or distances, each part of the cosmos is held, interconnected, and woven into the same softly yielding tapestry. Tonight, as you drift, you float not only on air and bedding, but upon the cosmic certainty of Einstein's name and vision. Let your sleep be easy, knowing that for all the mystery, relativity's story is one of calm coherence. The promise that every observer, wherever they may be, shares for a moment in the same world, the same enduring pattern. The lines of space and time shift beneath your dreams, but never break. And when you awaken, the unfolding will continue unchanged, persistent, and serenely beautiful, awaiting your return to this dance of perception and reality. As we near the end of our voyage through Einstein's soft-bending landscape, let your thoughts dissolve gently into the spacious, dark comfort around you. The world may not be as simple as once believed, yet its depths are more compassionate, more delicately interwoven than the oldest myths could have dreamed. Rest within this knowledge, and let gentle waves of understanding carry you through the currents of the night, until time's passage returns you to morning's gentle light. In the hush that arrives just before sleep, carries you into its own mysterious embrace, you lie nestled within the deep, unending folds of a universe shaped by the gentle geometry of relativity. The softness of your night mirrors the curvature of space-time. Each quiet exhalation is your own small tribute to the elegant, cosmic order that enfolds all beings, all moments, and all imaginable futures. While the planets continue their silent ellipses and starlight bends across the ancient dark, you rest secure and weightless, stitched into a story that began long before you and will continue long after, paced by the abiding rhythms of time's endless dance. Let your mind drift freely, feeling the connection to all that is curved and luminous and calm, and know that, in this moment, you are right where you belong, floating softly on relativity's gentle tide. If this journey into the gentle mysteries of time has soothed you, consider subscribing to continue sailing the quiet seas of knowledge as you sleep. Drift softly and let curiosity and calm carry you onward.